Hello explorers, it is time for another travel at home cooking experience because we know one of the wonderful things about traveling is getting to know the local foods. And today I skipped a few boxes. I'm behind a few boxes. I'm about to be behind by 4 because one is currently on its way from the UK and I have 3 sitting here in my kitchen. But this is the most recent box I received. And I actually was going to skip it because I was behind on boxes. And I was like, I have to cook this meal because today's favorite dish, the dish of this week, is Chinese dumplings. So let me get into this box, tell you what you need for the ingredients, and then we're gonna start cooking and getting into these dumplings. And then of course, a taste test. So we're gonna have a whole wonderful cooking experience with Chinese dumplings out of my kitchen. Now let's get to it. But first, before we start cooking, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and a notification bell right next to it so you'll be notified when all of my videos are released. Videos are released on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. On my channel, I talk about all things travel and photography. Now let's get into this cooking experience. So here is the box. And it's a little beat up this time because you never know what may happen. It's coming from across the ocean. So let's open it. So here it is. Okay, so the full name of the dish, and excuse me if I'm saying this incorrectly, but it's the Sichuan Mapo Doufu with Potsticker Dumplings and smashed cucumber. So let's just open it up because you know we have to see what spices they sent. So of course, as always, in the box, you have the recipe card. So on the back, it has the list of ingredients, which we'll get into shortly. And obviously I've already went and bought the ingredients because I have to go to, I get my groceries delivered, but I have to buy them before this video starts. So let's see what spices we have. I'm gonna take them all out. And the free sample is actually on the top. So the free sample we have today is the Dopiaza blend. And the rest of these spices we will be using in today's cooking experience. So we have the Composed Soy spices, the chili oil blend, the Mapo Doufu spices, cucumber spices, Potsticker blend, and lastly, the toasted sesame seeds. All right, now we know what spices we have. Let's go look at the ingredients. Okay, let's go through each of the ingredients, and I'm including this section. This is the first time I've included this because all the other times I told you to go read the list of ingredients down below, in which I will still include, but today I'm gonna show you the exact ingredients and tell you the amounts. It will be in the metric system, but I will put the US Customs system of measurement down below so you can see that because I have to translate it as well. But I'm not gonna translate it here on the spot while I'm reading this card. So the first thing you need is 300 grams of minced pork. I don't fool with pork, so I bought chicken and I found some chicken that was already shredded, so I have chicken. Feel free to use pork in your recipe. I will just be using chicken. Next, you will need 396 grams of tofu. And make sure you drain it and cut it into bite-sized pieces. And if you don't like tofu, it does suggest you can use diced chicken. The next thing you need is 1 bunch of spring onions. And make sure that those are thinly sliced. Then you'll need 2 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. I use a lot of garlic, so I get it already minced up, baby. So here you go, the garlic. Next, you need 1 cucumber. You'll also need 80 milliliters of soy sauce. You'll need 35 grams of sugar. You'll need 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And this vinegar can be rice, white wine, or cider vinegar. And those are the recommended vinegars to use. You'll also need 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. This is the smallest they had. It's crazy, it's huge. Hopefully I can use it again before it spoils. You'll need 150 grams of plain flour. And also you'll need 1 tablespoon of corn flour. If you don't want to buy corn flour, it says you can use just plain flour as well. You'll need 150 milliliters of oil. Sunflower or vegetable is best, which is recommended here on the card. And lastly, you'll need rice to serve. I have jasmine rice here. This is some I have open and have a new pack just in case it's not enough. So those are all the ingredients you need for this meal. It also says that the spice level is 4 out of 5 peppers. That means it's going to be a little hot. And it says the prep time takes about 20 minutes and it takes 1 hour and 10 minutes for the meal to cook. It serves 4 and weighs 422 grams. So that is all that you need for this recipe. Let's get to cooking. Okay, time for part 1 of step 1. Step 1 is for the Potsticker dumplings. So the first part, you're gonna mix the plain flour, 1 tablespoon oil, 60 milliliters water, and 1/4 teaspoon salt to form a dough. It will seem fairly dry at first, but keep going, it will come together eventually. Add a 1/2 teaspoon water if the mixture is too dry and a bit of flour if it is too wet. Knead for a few minutes until smooth, then wrap in a cling film or a plastic bag and leave in the fridge. Now for part 2 of step 1, you're going to mix 1/2 of the minced meat, in my case the chicken, with 1/4 of the spring onions, 50 milliliters water, the Potsticker blend spices, and 1/4 teaspoon salt until fully combined. Leave in the fridge. On to step 2, which is for the chili oil. We're going to fry the chili oil blend spices and a pinch of salt and 100 milliliters oil for 1 minute or until the chili starts to darken in color and the oil turns red. Carefully pour the hot oil over 1/2 of the toasted sesame seeds. Strain the chili oil spices out if you don't want it too hot and leave to one side. Step 3 for the composed soy. Boil 50 milliliters soy sauce and 100 milliliters water with 2 tablespoons sugar and the composed soy spices for 2 minutes or until the liquid has reduced by 1/2. Leave to infuse for 10 minutes, then strain, discarding the composed soy spices. Now on to step 4, which is for the smashed cucumber. Hit the cucumber firmly but gently with the base of a pan or a rolling pin all down its length until completely smashed and split down the middle. Chop the cucumber crosswise into 2-centimeter pieces, then mix with 1 tablespoon vinegar, 1 teaspoon oil, the cucumber spices, and a pinch each of salt and sugar. Leave to one side. On to step 5, which is back to the Potsticker dumplings. This step has 4 parts. The first part I do not have shown, which is oil the bottom of a large non-stick lidded frying pan with 1 tablespoon oil. but don't heat it just yet. Then for part 2, you're going to divide the dough into 12 equal sized pieces. So this is what I'm preparing to do here, and I use parchment paper so it wouldn't stick to the kitchen counter. Then for part 3, you're going to roll one piece of the dough into a ball, then into a circle about 10 centimeters in diameter and 1 to 2 millimeters thick, keeping the other pieces covered to stop them from drying out. Now for the last part of step 5, you're going to place 1/12 of the mince filling on the circle. Seal well to make a semicircle shaped dumpling. Try and pleat them if you're feeling confident. Place in the oiled frying pan, then repeat with the remaining pieces of dough. Cover the frying pan and leave to one side. Just to note, I had some difficulties here because my dough was a little sticky after adding the meat into the center. So I did add some flour to kind of level out the stickiness and make it dry so it can work out better. Time for step 6, which is cook the rice now, and please follow the instructions on the package of rice that you bought. Time for step 7, which is for the Mapo Doufu. Fry the remaining minced meat, half of the remaining spring onions, and all of the garlic and ginger in the remaining 1 tablespoon oil over a high heat for 5 minutes or until the minced meat is beginning to brown and crisp around the edges. On to step number 8, which is back to the Potsticker dumplings. You're going to heat the non-stick frying pan with the pot stickers for 5 minutes uncovered or until the bottoms start frying and turning golden brown. Add 100 milliliters water, cover, and steam for 8 minutes or until the pot stickers become translucent on the top. Then remove the lid and cook for a further 5 minutes or until all the liquid has evaporated. On to step 9, which is also the final step before finally eating this dish, which is for the Mapo Doufu. You're going to first add the Mapo Doufu spices, tomato puree, remaining 2 tablespoons soy sauce, remaining 1 tablespoon vinegar, and remaining 1 teaspoon sugar to the browned minced meat and fry for 1 minute or until all the liquid has evaporated. On to the second part of this step, you're going to stir in 200 milliliters water and bring to a gentle simmer. For the third part, you will mix the corn flour, and remember you can use regular flour as well, but you will mix the flour with a splash of water to a smooth paste. And lastly, you're going to gently stir the tofu and corn flour mixture into the pan, then cover and simmer for 5 minutes or until the sauce is rich, thick, and shiny. And if you're using chicken, cook for an extra 10 minutes or until the chicken is cooked through. Let's eat. Okay, let's get into the taste test. I'm gonna start with this. So this is the Composed Soy sauce that I'll be pouring this over the dumplings, but I'm not gonna sit down and eat this as a full meal today. So I don't want to have to like reheat this because you know, you're gonna reheat soy sauce in the microwave, it's a mess. So let's just taste this. That is tasty. All right, this is the smashed cucumber. I hope I can get a piece Let's see if I can chop a little bit off. Come on, little guy. That is tasty. So far, so good. This is the chili oil. I'm sure this is not going to be like the best because there's a whole bunch of sesame seeds in it, and I'm sure I need to pour it over something, but I mean, it really, oh, there's a little kick there. And this is one that you could have made spicier if you left the stuff in there, but I wasn't too sure about it, so. But there's hardly any taste to it. So. This is the Mapo Doufu. Okay, let's see here. Whoa, it's really steaming. That is really good. This is rice. I'm not tasting this. And here are the dumplings. I'm gonna get the one that was like really messed up and just eat that whole thing. That's good. Oh my gosh. So this meal was delicious. Like, I can't wait to sit down and eat this and enjoy all of the pieces. And I'll throw a photo of my full plate and it's set up right now. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this cooking with me video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also, please make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Leave any questions or comments you have down below in the comment box. And make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and your social media networks. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting, and have a great day or night wherever in the world you are. Bye.